The future is Minnesotan. We're going to talk about a couple guys who took home the awards for minor league player and pitcher of the year. Both of them born in Minnesota, Louie Varland and Matt Wallner, homegrown by about as much of a definition as you can really say. Born and raised in Minnesota, raised up through the Twins minor league system, both of these guys, and both of them the 2022 Twins minor league player for Matt Wallner and minor league pitcher for Louie Varland. What's up? This is Tom Froming. I'm going to go through my end of the season minor league award ballots and my all-star team, my Twins minor league all-stars as well. Put these together about a month ago for Twins Daily and just haven't gotten to them yet. So figure this would be a great time to go through those. And both the Twins as an organization and Twins Daily landed on these guys as these award winners, but it was close. It was very close for me, at least. And I think there's some arguments that a couple other guys were just as valid choices, but in the end, I do think those are the guys I had as well. Starting with a look at my full season hitter of the year rankings. Twins Daily does a short season as well, awards for pitcher and hitter. I'll put links down in the description to those if you're looking to read up on those guys. We'll go over those, skip over those for the video. But again, there's 8 choices, and as you see, I had Michael Hellman as the bottom choice. Spencer Steer, even though he was traded at the deadline, I felt like he built up a big enough resume before then to warrant consideration. Anthony Prado, who mostly did it by amassing a lot of counting stats. That's kind of the fun things with these awards is you can sort of highlight guys who maybe aren't really popping off big on a lot of prospect lists, but had good years and who contributed to a lot of winning in the minor leagues. And Prado definitely did that. Noah Cardenas, another guy who is a catcher, had a great year for Fort Myers. When you kind of league adjust to that, his stats come out looking even better. Really got on base for the Mighty Muscles. Chris Williams, after his promotion to the Saints, he was just going bananas, hitting home runs. Christian Encarnacion Strand, yes, another guy who got traded at the deadline who had just an insane season. And I even just considering his numbers while he was with the Twins, he was my third pick for full season hitter of the year. He was just remarkable. And then it came down to Julian and Wallner for me. And again, I have Wallner italicized here because he was not only my pick, he was the Twins Daily winner. He was the organization's winner for hitter of the year, player of the year. But let's take a closer look at Wallner and Julian in particular. So here I have both those guys pulled up side by side as sort of a tail of the tape. And this is just looking at their minor league numbers. So this doesn't include anything Matt Wallner did during his time with the Twins. And, a part of a deciding factor to me was certainly, even though this doesn't include Wallner's time with the Twins, he still has a decent playing time advantage over Julian, which resulted in quite a few counting stats. Again, this is a productive-based what did you do on the field-based award outlook. We're not talking about prospect status in any way with these, and that definitely tilted things in Wallner's favor. As you can see in on-base percentage, Julian held a pretty impressive advantage there, but Wallner with a much higher slugging percentage. The walk percentages were very close, though. Very impressive for both guys. 19.3 and 17 walk percentage. Those are huge. Clearly, the strikeouts, especially for Wallner, could come down, but he's actually trending in the right direction. That's a step down from where he was the year before. So, kind of a tip of the cap to him for adding so many walks while also decreasing his strikeouts. That's a really good sign for Matt Wallner. Again, who I landed on, and pretty much everybody landed on as the hitter/player of the year. And then next in this middle section here is the full season relief pitcher of the year. That is a Twins Daily award. I don't believe the organization acknowledges relievers in any way, unfortunately. And we're only going to touch on these guys briefly. I have Evan Sisk italicized because he was the one who won the award at Twins Daily. I went with Cody Lawyerson. I'm not sure if everybody was considering him a reliever or not. I put him on my ballot because he pitched more games out of the bullpen than he did out of the rotation. So I figured that qualifies as a reliever for me. but really no bad choice between those two. Really, Hunter McMahon had a great year as well. And I guess sort of an overarching thing about all these guys, Austin Schulfer as well, is they're all 24 or older. So realistically, if you're thinking about maybe some guys that could factor into the bullpen picture, that's always an area of opportunity. Seems like for the Twins especially, they like to build kind of on the fly and leave doors open, avenues open for prospects to make their way in. So those are all certainly names to be aware of. On to the full season starting pitcher of the year, and we're going to do another stat breakdown because on this one, I really felt like the top three was close for me. But again, Varland italicized because he was the Twins daily and the Twins organization pick and my pick as well. But Pearson Ole, Brent Hedrick, and Travis Adams, in those spots, some of the better starting pitchers in the organization, the minor leagues this year, but pretty clear cut that they were the next step down from David Festus, Simeon Woods Richardson, and Louie Varland. Let's take a look at them. And of course, much like Wallner, we got to see Varland and Woods Richardson with the Minnesota Twins at the end of the year. So that was really fun. And again, this was really tight. I think there's a really good case to be made for Woods Richardson. I'm kind of surprised that Varland got the sort of sweep between the Twins Daily and the Twins Organization Award, to be honest. But, in terms of innings, he does have a fairly significant innings advantage, and again, in my opinion, at least, racking up the counting stats, racking up the performance-wise, impacting the teams that you're pitching for, that all is stuff that weighs. It's not just the rate stuff in these awards for me. And as you can see, Woods Richardson and Festa had much shinier ERAs and whips than Louie Varland did. However, Varland has the slight edge in strikeout percentage and walk percentage and strikeout to walk ratio. Those were kind of the numbers I decided to highlight. So in the end, to me, it came down to the bulk, the 126 and a third versus the under 110 for the other guys. But I think there was a good argument to be made that Simeon Woods Richardson or maybe even David Festa should be pitcher of the year. David Festa, this is his first full season of pro ball. Him being in a level below those guys also factored in to my decision a little bit as well. I will lean a little bit more toward the guys who are pitching higher up in the minors for these awards. So they got a little bit of a boost for Varland and Woods Richardson there as well. And then for my minor league all-star team, here you can see a lot of the names we already mentioned. And kind of the logic behind these was they had to have 25 games played. I think it was games played and not starts at a position. But most of these guys slot in. Once again, you see Encarnacion, Strand, and Steer still making this team, even though they were traded at midseason. I just, with those performances, I feel like there wasn't anybody else that jumped up that I felt like needed to be honored over them. And I just felt, they got traded, sure, but I felt like they deserved it. Jermaine Palacios, who was just claimed today, so he's no longer in the organization. But, shortstop was already kind of a thin position in terms of minor league performance last year, I think. Anthony Prado did play some shortstop, but he's not really, I don't really consider him a shortstop. Played a lot of outfield, played a lot of second, played all over, really. And then the pitching staff, again, those big three guys, and then Travis Adams kind of goes with my starting pitching rankings. And then right-hander for the bullpen, I went with Lawyerson, and then lefty Sisk. Again, maybe some people would say I was cheating with the Cody Lawyerson because he did spend a quite decent amount of his time in the rotation, but he also pitched out of the bullpen primarily early in the year in particular, and then actually returned to the bullpen for the postseason. So I felt like he still fit there. So those are all of the guys. Definitely names to know. Again, some of these guys also not really. Maybe if you're a person who primarily pays attention through prospect lists, these names might be new to you. If they are, please consider subscribing to this channel, and especially if you like this video, we talk about the minor league system on a daily basis during the year, showing highlights. I'm updating prospect lists almost monthly. Speaking of which, I'll put a link to my most recent prospect list up here. But thank you so much for checking out this video. Here is a list of the premium subscribers if you're interested in further supporting the channel. you can do so at either $1.99 or $2.99 a month. That tier will get you on this credits list here. Either way, thanks so much for watching. We'll talk again soon.